finally doing it a little bit earlier today so that I could do it before eating so I won't feel like I'm gonna pass out because I didn't eat. Uh, yeah, so today's question is, what do we think about AI? It's very general, it's not a very specific question, but what do we think about AI and all the businesses that are popping up from AI? And I'm gonna do some Tai Chi, Yang style 8 form to practice, not teaching, just doing it. Um, yeah, so for AI, I just seen so many new programs and apps and browser type of apps to help you do almost everything and everything. Writing cover letters, how to do an AI interview. There's just so many different app businesses now for AI that can help you with anything and everything. Write this for you, help you organize ideas, help you create things, help you to um, create some kind of system and workflow through putting in prompts, and it's a lot. It's a little overwhelming, isn't it? I'm like, because at first I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do any of that. But now it's so prevalent, I'm a little curious. Like, I decide maybe I'll create a prompt for some kind of chat um, CBT type of thing where I ask it to create maybe like a spreadsheet that I want for finance. I mean, I already made one for myself, but I'm thinking about, or rather, I've been creating one for something else, and it doesn't have all the things that I want, and I just haven't done it yet, but I would have to do more research and stuff. And I thought, well, what if I had AI create a spreadsheet for me? Can it do that? That would be really cool if I just lay down the parameters of what I'd want included in the spreadsheet. And yeah, I saw an example of one for something else, not for a spreadsheet, but for like um, a social media content schedule, and then where it would also include like when you would post stuff, where you would post stuff, and then it would collect data um, on engagement, and you get to put in what's important, what kind of metrics you wanna um, collect, and you put all that information in, and it's supposed to, I don't know. It's kind of like an experiment to see, what it comes up with. And so I took that and I thought, well, can I use that to create something for myself, like the spreadsheet? I don't know if it'll work. I think it's just a lot of information I'm inputting, so it might be overwhelming. But I can experiment a little bit, and maybe I'll try with a shorter prompt. Maybe this is something that can help me do other things that I want to do that won't impede or affect my content in regards to uniqueness and originality, and in actually the content itself, so that you won't be criticized of using AI where you're just really using the AI to kind of organize, you know which I think is fine. It's like a tool, like when it's like instead of, putting out math yourself, you put in a calculator. It just does something for you. It's not creating the art that you're trying to do, for example. So I think maybe that'd be okay. Anyways, that's just my initial thoughts. I think we can use it as a tool. Um, but yeah, it's kind of very new for us, so we're really kind of exploring what all that means and what boundaries should be there or not be there, and we're exploring and figuring it all out in real time, right? It's just coming so fast. There's just so much going on. Like every single app or every single kind of tool that I'm using already has some kind of AI support. Part of me feels like it's a good thing that I got out of the job that I was doing. Because honestly, I gotta be honest, I think AI can do my job. So Jason Momoa started a live video. I'm so curious. What's he doing? Well, I'm doing my own thing. Again, this is, as always, I say this is a great practice for anyone who, A, wants to make a habit of a practice. I'm talking about doing a live stream like this, even if no one watches. It's great for yourself to create a habit and be accountable. Um, that's actually one of the biggest things. And then number two, it's practice for any other kind of content you want to make if you're not sure what content you can make. Like I got no content, so you just do something. And for me, it's this Tai Chi, and maybe you'll discover something. You never know. It doesn't hurt, and also helps you practice being on camera if you're not used to that. And yeah, experiment. Just do it. Just do it. That's the whole point, right? So let's get to it. I'm gonna start my practice. We're gonna start with a warm up, loosening up our joints. My nose is running. Is that like allergies? Yeah. Knees. Knees. I know how funny this looks because I've seen other people do it and I'm like, they look a little funny. You're just warming up your joints. This looks even more funny, this thing. It's like, I'm a frog. But it's a thing. I don't really see other people in other cultures do it, but it seems like it's a thing with Asian cultures. I've seen them do these specific warm-ups for like martial arts, or I don't know. Am I wrong? I haven't seen dancers do that. I haven't seen. Anyways, I've seen dancers do this, or not even dancers, just anybody else really, athletes. Just loosening up their hips, right? Hips. This is for your leg joint, your hip joint, I guess. It's not too sunny, yay! That means it won't be too hot. I typically sweat quite a lot doing this outside. Waist. Waist. No waist. Shoulders, upper body. Arms. Oh, look at that bee. It's pollinating. Oh, how beautiful. It's nice to be able to do it outside in the patio, even though my patio is really disgusting because we never use it, and so it's become kind of a wasteland. But I've recently decided to do, all this stuff out here, so but I get to, look up at the sky and the trees and get closer to nature, which is nice. Especially today, it's not like crazy hot. It's a little humid, but it's kind of nice. Also doing this makes me feel like there's a little breeze. Originally, I intended doing these Tai Chi streams as a way for other people to practice Tai Tai Chi with me, and then I evolved that to uh, for people to practice anything with me, because I'm not teaching, and you know, how many people out there are actually doing the Yang style 8 form and want to do it with me, you know? So I practice anything. It's great. But then I started adding questions in the beginning. I'm like, well, that could be really distracting to the practice, so maybe not. And so I separated it and made like a whole talking thing that I'll do for videos, and that came out of doing this Tai Chi. And so, but now, I don't think there's much people who actually watch this just to practice something else anyway. So I'm making it more like, okay, I'm practicing whatever it is I'm practicing, and you're welcome to watch. I'll put them some nice, you know, lo-fi, some kind of music that's copyright free, and then, you know, you can kind of chill. It's a mood, you know, and to make each video different, instead of me just doing the same form over and over again, because I'm not doing something, I'm not like an artist who's going to do like a different drawing each time or something. I thought I'd pose a question, and I typically only address it in the beginning. I'm afraid that if I start practicing talking about it, A, distraction, B, you won't be able to hear me. I mean, the distraction part is, I think, a good practice, actually, to see, you know, how focused I can be. And actually, you know, the practice is to make it so that's very ingrained in your body, so that you could do it without having to think too hard about your body and your position and all that stuff, and just be able to do it, and then use your mind to focus on other things, you know? So anyways, that's where I'm at now with this exploration experiment. I'll talk about like other things in another video, even though I'm not doing anything different, I guess, than before, where I have a topic and I talk about it. I'm still doing it now, I guess, but oh well. There's always something I want to talk about. So for longer forms, stuff that I want to talk about, I'll put it in a video form. And these are just fun little questions. They're not really super deep. Nothing that I want to make its own video for. That's the difference. I mean, it's also something that I could use for short form content, which I could still do. Maybe, right? Let's do that. I'll do that after. Continue with our warm-up. Alright, let's do lunges. I'm working on strengthening my practice, especially with the lower body. I'm trying to be able to be lower. So I'm doing these type of stretches and lunges. I'm also working on my posture. Damn, really low there. I am gonna do a squat, or in martial arts, a horse stance. I'm gonna do it pretty low, but I won't be holding it for very long, only like 20 seconds. Also, because I'm not doing it as a workout, I'm really just warming up, and I'm gonna be working on that in my practice, so it's gonna wear me out quite quickly anyway. Some floor work. Hip ups. I'm starting to feel like I'm not really sure why I do these anymore. At first because I was working on my hips, because I was having hip pain, I guess. But I don't know anymore. Try something a little different, which is working on my, like instead of working on my hips from the outside, pushing out, I'm going to try pushing in, so squeezing basically. Okay. I don't know. Yes. Left side for the hip ups thing, whatever. Did I do this side already? No. My right knee feels good because it's actually been kind of weak or painful a little bit. It only hurts a little bit right now. Alright, so now we're gonna, I did 2 push-ups. Just gonna do 25. Typically I do 50 when I actually am doing it for a workout. But again, I don't want to overdo it. It's a little hot out here. Stretch a little bit. Try not to pull from your upper body, like your head. Go down from the waist. Maybe use your hands a little bit. You have to especially because it's so hot out here. I typically do a minimum of 4. I'll do 2 facing and then 2 in the other direction. my goodness. The bugs everywhere. Get it. Wow. I just saw this spider capture a bug. Now what are you gonna do? Sorry. I think it's working on spinning its web around the bug, but it's quite slow. Maybe it's doing Tai Chi spinning. adjusting. Nope, this way. All right, one more time, and then we'll do a quick little cool down, and I'm gonna take a sip. Mm. Oh my God. Whew. Don't look like anything's changed. All right, we're gonna do some breathing for a cool down. Oh boy, a little lightheaded. Oh, so bad. I don't know that I recommend working out in the heat like this. I think it might be dangerous. Gotta be careful. Especially when you put your head down and coming back up. Oh my god. I think I need to sit down for a sec. Have some water. I think this is the first time I've had to stop like this. Oh my god. There have been 2 other times where I felt like I almost passed out, but I still kept going. But I slowed down, or I only did 2 of the Tai Chi. Still not good, but at least it's earlier now, so my not eating does not affect it as much, but still, probably does. Whoa. In through the nose, out with the mouth, using the diaphragm. Soft knees. Posture. 3 more. Four more, but pushing to the top like this. Down in the center here. 3 more. Focus on your breath. Going in and out of your body, and we're going to actually practice manipulating the energy between our hands here as well. You should be able to feel it both between and on the outside of your hands, pushing in both directions, kind of like your hands through water. Typically with Tai Chi practice and Qigong practice, of which we just did the Tai Chi Yang style 8 form, there's a practice in which we swallow our saliva 3 times, because it is said that our saliva holds a lot of nutrients at this stage, and we're going to give it back to ourselves, swallowing it and following it down in your own time, down, down, down to the center of your body, which is an inch and a half below your belly button, which is your Tian. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna close my eyes, take your time. And in addition to that, it's taught that you put the center of each palm over the point. It is said it might have to do with meridian lines in the fact that you put left and then right over left for males, and then right and left over right for females. It's just what's taught. It's what it is. It's nothing more than that. Feel free to adopt it or not, or if you're not even doing it at all, it doesn't matter. But really, it's just if you are learning this, I'm not teaching Tai Chi, but the breathing and stretching is whatever. So do what you need to do, but this do or don't. It's up to you. It's just what it is. Okay. So take your time. When you're done, just drop your hands. Forgot to mention that if you're finished or you're not, take your time, but when you're done, take a moment to be thankful, grateful. In a way, it's like a little prayer for me. As is meditation, I suppose, or being grateful. It's like a meditation, a little prayer. So I typically like to end with the traditional salute. You put your feet together and your hands together like this. This is heaven and earth uniting. I like to also adapt the idea that this is heart, love, friendship. And this is peace, uniting, coming together, feet together, and respect.